started
Ice
collaborating on social
Spice?
media with figures
She
who
coming
many
with Ice.
considered questionable influences. The
Bro, she collabing with Ice Spice, bro. Okay, guys. So, I know it's been a long time. Probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, my last video was 1 month ago. Right. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be doing reactions till I feel like playing a game that y'all tell me. You're not telling me shit, so I'm gonna keep playing, watching reactions. But all right, bro. Let's see. Today we're gonna react to Ye just paid a questionable price for his 2026 comeback. For y'all that don't know, Ye just dropped the fucking song. Yeah, he just came back after all that drama about, he dropped a song called Father. Didn't react to the song. I didn't want to see the song. I didn't hear the song yet. But yeah, I don't know what this is all about. Uh, Man, they're already trying to, let's react to this shit.
Kanye warned us that Northwest was at risk, and back then, most people ignored him. But looking at the events of 2026, his predictions are unfolding with
It's
clinical
Northwest.
precision.
That's
North has
Northwest.
recently debuted a look that has the internet calling her unrecognizable
Oh
as she
no.
takes her place as the face of the next
Oh
generation of
hell no.
Kardashians. But it was her recent appearance on stage at the Skywater concert that changed everything. While most people were focused on her outfit, I was looking at the symbol positioned directly behind her. This
Oh.
appearance happened just days after Kanye's massive US stadium return was officially confirmed. After years of being sidelined, he is suddenly back in the center of the industry. Is this a coincidence, or are we witnessing the specific terms of a new alignment?
Yeah.
Today, we're looking at why these two incidents are inseparable and what this symbol tells us about everything.
With everything that's been happening, there's been a lot of these shits. Like a lot of, I'm not gonna call it conspiracy. I'm gonna call it information valuable theories based on, I mean, it's just another call out, bro. It's just another call. It's not even a theory. It's just another call out of what's happening, man.
Just a few days ago, this footage of Northwest dancing on stage with the artist Skywater went viral. While her look drew most of the attention,
The hell is
everyone
that
missed the
one?
defining detail. The symbol positioned directly behind her the whole time. I don't even need to name it. You already know what this imagery
Freemason.
represents. The moment I saw this, I
Oh
instantly connected it to
no.
Kanye's warning and his recent scheduled comeback. And
That's
I
a
knew something
Freemason
was
symbol.
unfolding. It turns out North was invited on stage by Skywater during a performance in Philly. While many believe she is way too young for this environment, that's not the
Yeah.
real story here. When I researched Skywater, I found he repeatedly uses this imagery throughout his work. I checked his official site, and again, you see the symbol there too. Clearly, he is signaling an affiliation with the structures that manage the industry. What's telling is that this artist is signed to a label under Universal Music Group, one of the biggest conglomerates in the world. And
Never
it
heard of
just so
this
happens
nigga.
to be the exact same label
Skywater.
Kanye was once bound to. This got me thinking, isn't it strange that right as Kanye is set to make a comeback, North is popping up with artists showing they're a part of the system? Just 11 days before this video,
This is
Kanye
weird,
officially announced his massive performance at SoFi Stadium in LA. Now, North is literally standing in front of the signature logo of the system he spent years exposing. We all know everything in this industry is a calculated move. North wouldn't be positioned in front of that symbol if they didn't intend for it to be seen. They placed her there to send a precise message. I
Yeah.
believe all of this connects back to Kanye's return. His history with the industry regarding his children stems from his personal conflict with the system. While many still think he lost his composure and started calling out the labels for no reason, what actually took place was far more strategic. In
What the
2020,
fuck,
Kanye
bro?
realized he was trapped in a restrictive record contract. He discovered the labels held all his rights, and he was blocked from purchasing them back. In September 2020, he launched a massive public campaign against Universal Music Group and Sony, the two major conglomerates he claimed were controlling artists.
Bro, what
When
the
they refused
fuck?
to return his rights, he took drastic measures. This is why Kanye began
Shit.
making moves to dismantle his public standing. He intentionally sought to be sidelined so he could be released from his label. His plan worked, and he was finally dropped from the label. But it was a double-edged sword because he also ruined his career in the process.
Yeah, bro.
During the height of this conflict in 2022 is when his warnings about North began. Kanye made it absolutely clear that he did not want his daughter positioned within the industry. Around this time, He claimed Kim was attempting to mold North. He believed she was pushing North into the spotlight for her own agenda. He was deeply concerned about his daughter's presence on TikTok after her videos went viral. Seeing this, he expressed his frustrations on X. Tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok and don't have her on TikTok at all if I don't approve that. Kanye also stated, I feel like there's some poking the bear trying to create this unstable narrative because to say someone is unstable, they're trying to take the power away and get people to ignore them.
I just look at my daughter full makeup, singing She's in Love with an emo girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say, no approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not?
Kanye felt Kim was accelerating North's entry into the industry prematurely. He believed the industry was positioning his daughter as the next focus. He didn't want her transformed into another brand or industry figure. So, Kanye challenged Kim's role, suggesting she was brokering North's entry to the system, stating that's exactly what their legacy is built on. This is when Kanye started accusing certain individuals and massive corporations.
Like, we all know how the world is working right now. We all know that's evil people doing this shit. And like, nobody's doing anything about it, bruh. It's evil people. Like, what the fuck? Just look at these people, man. Ain't something weird about it? Ain't something calling out we're like, we're dangerous? Something like doesn't act like, ever since I've heard of the Kardashians, right? Like, ever since I heard of the Kardashians, bro, something didn't click, you know? All this perfection and all this shit, it's not normal. And then you had the normal shit, like you had the norm that, like them being not okay. So you had them being abnormal, and then they make this trend of perfection because it's appealing, and then you create this kind of figure, bro. This is so weird, bro. Really, the thing is, like, oh my God, it's so strange. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Recently, I've been trying to learn more about the Bible. I mean, the original starts, like the original things, the start of the things. If you have patience to read it, and you like actually learn about it, you start realizing that a lot of things people do, a lot of things people don't do, bro. You understand it. Like, this is more than physical and fucking, oh, who got the more views, who got the, bro, it's all about spiritual shit, bro. It's all spiritual battleground. And when people say they sold their soul, they don't mean technically, like literally, oh, they took and went, oh, soulless now. No, bro. Is you still being alive and being like giving yourself, like giving your worth to something like this. Human beings are worth more than images and money and whatever this is, bro. You're worth more than that. And they're trying to make it so you're not worth more than a bunch of metrics. That's not how it fucking works, gang. Everybody's valuable till they prove it's contrary. You know what that means, prove it contrary? You're taking another person's life. That shows that you don't value that person's life, therefore you don't value your own life because you're like that person. Bro, come on, gang. Oh my God, nobody's better than anybody at this point. Because y'all gotta understand, this is all systems. This is all fucking builds and good systems and shit like this. But this fucking one, dude, but these 6 girls are creepy as hell, man.
That's exactly what their legacy is built on. This is when Kanye started accusing certain individuals and massive corporations of working to bypass his parental oversight. He believed they were trying to normalize her industry presence without his approval so they wouldn't need his consent for her professional representation. Kanye felt that because he escaped the system and exposed its inner workings.
Yo, isn't it the same thing that Diddy did? And people will still blame Diddy, even though, like, come on. I mean, he's not out of fault. It's his fault for doing that shit. He's an evil person. All the shit he did, it just proved how worthless he is. You know what I mean? Like, the more evil shit you do, you just prove how worthless you are as a human being. Who's supposed to be the moral ground for things. Like, you're supposed to have the moral, because you're made by God, and you should not succumb to the demon behavior, the demonic behavior. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, this is evil.
They were retaliating by shifting his relationship with his children. This is why he repeatedly
And I'm not saying I'm at a fault. Like, I'm blameless for this. Like, also, like, you cannot blame me for doing something just because I'm saying that. No, bro, I have my flaws. I know I'm human. I have my flaws. And me being conscious of that, I have to make it better. You know, it's like, at least I know I have my flaws and I'm trying to get better, than having no flaw. Like, you know, you have a flaw and not trying to get better. Doing people dirty is not how society should fucking work. I prefer to not enter those games and not doing people dirty, but doing my own shit. When I see all these schemes and shit going on, man, I'm out. That's just me, bro. I don't like play those games. They're demonic games. Demonic games.
spoke about them trying to distance him from his family. As time passed, we started seeing the pattern Kanye
What
was
the
referring to.
hell?
North began appearing in aesthetic choices that felt far beyond her years. She started collaborating on
Spice?
social media with figures
She
who many
collabed with Ice-
considered questionable influences. The
Bro, she collabing with Ice Spice, bro. No. Is she? Now I need to search this up. Yo, she's 12 years old, collabing with Ice Spice on a dance. I mean, okay, you can put it the way like a 12-year-old would collab with Ghana, and would it be seen as a bad? I mean, seen as a bad thing, because I mean, it's still a bad thing, because I don't know, bro. Just pull out the worst kind of person collabing with a 12-year-old. That's not a good influence. That's not a good influence. Ice Spice, bro.
moment everything shifted was last year
12.
when her image took a drastic
that's
turn
not-
towards
parents
a
are
more
doing a horrible
industry-centric
job.
look.
Kim
It was clear
doing a
she was
horrible
being
job,
aligned
bro.
with a specific legacy. This made Kanye vocal, and he didn't hold back. He suggested that North was being directed into the same path her mother was forced into.
Yeah.
The more Kanye challenged this, the more he was sidelined by the industry, to the point where a U.S. return
The
seemed
apple
nearly
doesn't
impossible.
fall from the tree.
Suffer as I have suffered.
By 2025, Kanye's music career looked uncertain. After apologizing, Kanye disappeared only to reappear in January 2026 with a highly calculated move. He published a full-page, 750-word letter titled "To Those I've Hurt" in the Wall Street Journal. It is important to note this wasn't a casual apology. This was a corporate alignment statement. If Kanye wanted his core fans to know he was sorry, he would have tweeted it directly. But this apology wasn't for the audience.
Yeah.
It was for the structure. This letter only surfaced after Kanye had reportedly secured his new partnership with Gamma Records. This suggests the apology was a requirement for his return to the center of the industry. Clearly, Kanye was mending the institutional relationships he once fought. Now, this is where the connection gets deep. Kanye wasn't the only one who joined this new platform. His daughter, Northwest, also secured a deal with the same company.
What?
Now, isn't that a coincidence? Gamma is currently led by Larry Jackson, who was a high-level executive at Universal Music Group, the very conglomerate Kanye went to war with for years. Now, not only is he partnered with a former UMG executive, but his daughter is as well. Suddenly, Kanye is fully supportive of North's digital presence and is even directly involved in the rollout of her recent music. Think about the fact that Kanye spent years trying to shield his daughter from this environment. Now, he's the one facilitating her entry into the system.
This is
He is
strange.
officially making his comeback while his daughter is positioned directly in front of their signature symbol. To me, the picture is clear. Kanye decided to align with the new terms of the game. North's entry into the industry was a
Sold
primary
too.
requirement for this return.
I
These
mean,
two
might have
events
not
were not
sold,
random.
might be an
The fact
undercover
that they're
agent.
both partnered with the
He
same
might be an
label
undercover
proves this is
agent,
all calculated.
but
Like I mentioned earlier, Skywater
we
is
don't know,
signed to a
man.
label under the UMG umbrella as well. North is signed to a former high-level UMG executive. Her team likely facilitated the connection between the two. That is how she ended up on that stage with that symbol behind her. The message behind this was clear. The structure officially won. Not only did they bring Kanye back into the fold, but they also secured the next generation of the West and Kardashian legacy. Unsurprisingly, this time Kanye did not speak out against his daughter being in these environments.
That's crazy.
Before, he would have likely been the first person to vent on social media. But today, he has nothing to say. I think it's not just because of his new deal, but because the original stance was a strategic maneuver. North's entry into that world was almost inevitable. She is the daughter of two of the biggest figures in the industry. I believe Kanye simply did not want the system to control her before he could secure his own position. Kanye has been integrating North into the music scene for the last few years himself. He also placed her in adult environments when he invited her to his own events. Clearly, Kanye was comfortable with her being in the spotlight. He was looking for leverage to use against the conglomerates. Now that he's back in their good graces, he has no issues with the arrangement. In fact, it looks like he's the one who finalized the deal. Just like he convinced the world that his conflict with his labels was about corruption, when in reality he simply wanted out of his contract, his issue with North's online presence might have been as simple as him not being the one to profit from it. Kanye knows exactly how to get his fans on his side. He knows how to mobilize you to fight for his cause. That is what all of this has been about. He wasn't trying to expose the industry, he was trying to break its rules. So he tells his fans the system is evil so they can fight his battles for him. He wanted to ensure he was the one with the final word in North's career, so he claimed they were taking her from him.
Really,
It was a
Kanye?
strategy designed to utilize the fans to back
Come on, bro. You really use this. You better drop that fire. Nah, come on, bro.
his own negotiations. Look at the timeline of the last few weeks. On March 11th,
You
the
got him.
announcement for Kanye's April 3rd SoFi Stadium show finally dropped. This is his first massive US homecoming in years. 10 days later, on March 21st, Northwest appears on stage in Philadelphia with Skywater, standing in front of the very symbol Kanye once warned us about. This isn't a series of random events, it's a sequence. The path back to that stadium was paved by that full-page apology in the Wall Street Journal back in January. That letter wasn't just words, it was a signal that the negotiations were finalized. It's no coincidence that immediately after that public alignment, the doors to Gamma Records opened for both Kanye and North. By partnering with a former UMG executive like Larry Jackson, Kanye didn't just find a new label, he returned to the same institutional structure he spent years trying to dismantle. For
Yeah, that's
years,
crazy.
we watched Kanye fight to keep his children's image independent from the Kardashian machine. He told us they were poking the bear to mold North for their own benefit. But in 2026,
Told
the
us
bear
that
has stopped
shit. He
fighting.
did tell us.
Instead, he is now the one facilitating the rollout. He's the one standing by as North is positioned in front of
crazy.
these ancient symbols of industry affiliation. Did Kanye realize he couldn't beat them? Or did he decide that the price of his own comeback was the entry of his legacy?
Sacrifice
We are
his
watching a
child,
total
bro.
shift in behavior, and the timing suggests that
Bro,
North's new role was the
oh
missing
my
piece of
God.
the deal.
Bro, I was gaining knowledge in the Bible. There's a part in the Bible that says Moses' father-in-law went to the city where they sacrificed kids to get like victories in war. Like they would sacrifice their kids to get victories in wars and get economically advantage over other people, get any benefit, bro. And now this is insane, bro. This is bro. This is reality. This is spiritual warfare, bro. Oh my God. He literally sacrificed Northwest for his return and used this. That's crazy. Anyway, that's a fucking, bro. I don't even think there's anything else to say, bro. That's all. Kanye's back, not the same fucking nigga. They didn't clone him. They didn't do anything to him. He just chose to sacrifice his kid, bro. That stuff. But anyways, guys, hope you guys are happy with this new drop. I hope you guys are happy that we're back making videos. And I'm telling you guys gotta keep on locked in with the new drops and locked in with the comments and tell me what you guys want next. Maybe a gameplay, maybe a dip, like maybe I would maybe I could go and talking about the stuff I've been learning on this time I've been off with no way to communicate. Yeah, maybe you guys want a deep talk, you have that. But that's it, guys. That's the video. Hope you guys liked it. Hope to see you in the next video. And yeah, peace.